In this video we're going to be repairing a crack in a wall. My name's Stephen from Inexteriors Painters and Decorators and you're watching Inexteriors TV. Right, like I've just said, we're going to be repairing a crack in a wall. And let me tell you a little bit about the building. This building is like a little granny annex and it's a timber, it's a wooden house, so there's going to be movement. And behind this flue here, this pipe is a big crack about 2 meters long, and what we're going to be using is this tesa tape. And let me just, now it's this, and it's sticky, and you stick it to the wall and then sort of fill over it, and it's not as thick as the bandage as well, you know. So I've used it once before, and last time I used it I raked out the crack, filled it, let the filler dry, then put this over it, then filled it a couple of times again, then sanded it and painted it. Now what I'm going to do this time is rake it out, fill it, and while the filler's wet, apply it then, and then put a couple of fills over the top of it. And I'm doing that because I didn't know you could do it that way, and Phil Beckwith suggested when I was talking to him the other day to put the filler on first, then put this on, then do it. But you can do it the other way as well. But I do like the idea of it because you're getting a bit of a bond behind it and breaching like a barrier, so it might crack anything that's behind it maybe before it cracks anything that's sort of in front of it. Well, we'll see anyway. There's more than one way to skin a cat, so thank you very much, Phil, for suggesting that. I'm going to try that right now. Alright, so first of all, what we're going to do is rake out this wall crack. Let me give you a close-up of it first. Righty then, so let's give it a rake. I'm going to try not to get in your way, that's what I was going to say. And there is just slight movement in that. And I'm using this part of this Purdy Multi-Tool to rake out the cracks. If you would like to purchase some of the similar tools that I use for this task, please feel free to check out the links in the description below. Right, I'll just give you a quick look at what it looks like raked out. Right, now I'm just going to put some filler on the wall. I'm just going to run some filler down this joint here. I've never done it like this before. Now I'm going to get the tape and bed it on. Need to do that. Slowly. Right, now that never worked doing it like that. So maybe take off the majority and let's go again. That's got to be better. Yeah, I think I just had too much on first time round. But that's okay because we're living and learning. I'll just do it down to there. And I'd rather be making mistakes and learning, you know, because that's what's important. It's not always about doing things right first time when you've never done it before. So yeah, not put as much filler on. Now I'm going to go over the top with this for its first fill. It's a bit fuddy-duddy up there. Just a little bit creased up there, but I'll sort that. Let's get a bit. And the filler that I'm using is Gyproc Easifill 60. So that's now been raked out, filled, tape, filled. So now we need to let it dry and give it another fill. I mean, the mistake I have made is putting too much on filler to begin with. I should have just filled it nice and clean, put the tape on, then filled over it. But you know, you live and learn. So now let me give you a close up. This is now ready for second filling, and because I'm using Gyproc Easifill 60, that means it's gone hard after 60 minutes. It doesn't mean that it's dry for sanding, it just means that it goes hard. I mean, the heavier it is, the longer it takes to fully dry. Like fine bits will be ready for sanding after an hour. Heavier bits will be hard, so you can do a second fill, but you won't be able to sand. So right, let's second fill this then, shall we? I'm going a bit wider this time. I mean, this is the first time I've used one of these as well. I normally use the corkboard, but a dry liner that I met last year recommended me to use one of these because they have like a little curve on them and they sort of fill over the lip. And he says you also want to go like wider each time as well, which I knew anyway, but I didn't know to go as wide as what he said. And I'm not going to go that wide on here because that tape, so the tape is only thin compared to the scrim tape. I mean, to be fair, it is quite awkward to get into. It'd be a lot easier if that wasn't there. So let me give you a close-up of it, all second filled. And that was its third and final fill. So tomorrow that should be dry. Right, this is now the next day. It's dry. It had 3 fills of Gyproc Easifill 60. Now what I'm going to do is sand it down with some worn down 80 grit sandpaper, then finish it off with this P180 sanding disc that my builder / tape and jointer friend gave me last year. He gave me a few of them, so you can make use of these. So yeah, this is ideal because this is what he used to sand down all the dry lining on a big job that we did. Right, I'll give you a quick look at it now, and then after that, after me sanding it, you won't see it again until it's fully finished. My mate would have probably said go wider, but to be fair, that pipe was in the way. And this is what it looks like, all finished. Thank you very much for watching.